cozy friends, and welcome back to my channel. Before we get started on today's plan with me, I want to encourage you to become a cozy friend if you haven't already by subscribing and hitting that notification bell. And if you are interested in some extra content from me, make sure to follow me on my social medias, which are linked down below. Now, for this month's theme for my bujo, I really wanted to do something as kind of like a one season changing into another type thing as the main spread. So what I did over on the left hand side I felt was something kind of unique. I hadn't seen this done before. It's not to say that it hasn't been done before, but I decided to do kind of like a fall tree, kind of like a tree going through the seasons and the changes that happen in the fall. And I feel like being November right now is the absolute perfect way to encompass this. So I'll be honest with you, I am not the best at drawing leaves, so I decided to kind of make it like a doodle realism type of thing, where I tried to do kind of a little bit of a realistic tree and then added like doodle leaves in order to give it that cutesy and artsy feel. I am pretty proud of how it came out. This did take forever to do. Unfortunately, I feel like it took forever. But however, I wasn't really sure what else I wanted to do with the page, and I hadn't used craft paper in my spreads in a while, so I thought maybe for this I can give it that kind of like rugged feel by tearing up some craft paper and eating up that empty space on the bottom of the pages. So I did do that. I'm actually very glad I did because I missed craft paper, and for those of you who follow me on Instagram, you saw me using it, and I did use the terms when craft paper gets involved, you know it's going to be a party, which I feel like it's kind of true. But this is a great example for those of you who have like blank space on your bujos or your journals, or even if you're making a card or something like that and you don't know what to do with it. I feel like craft paper is a great way to go ahead and fill in that dead space. Next, all I did was just color in the tree and some of the leaves. My camera had died coloring in the tree, so I just left it as is. But as far as the leaves go, I did want to do kind of like different colors. Ones where the leaves are kind of more alive, and then a little bit of a duller kind of look to it for the other leaves that are, you know, dying. But I didn't do any fancy quotes this month. I just decided to put Hello November because to me this is just the epitome of fall. Like, this is fall. November is it. We are in the midst of it. It's going to begin changing more and more, and I just wanted to say hello to that and hello to the change. Over on the next page, I did also fill in that dead space. All I did was write November in my handwriting, and on this page with the tree, I did a dead tree because it is encompassing the fact that fall will soon be turning into winter. So I did that, and I was actually very happy with it. It's very minimalistic and simple, but I really liked the way that it came out. And for my calendar page, I know, who is she? She made a giant calendar, 2 pages wide. I was feeling a little fancy, and I kind of wanted a bigger calendar. I usually, like I said, I use my passion planners, but I felt like being a little more artistic in drawing, so I wanted to do a big planner for November. November, for some reason, always tends to be a busy month for me, so I just wanted to do a little bit more, encompass a little bit more. I was feeling a little artistic, so I just did these giant blocks. There's some extra blocks in there, obviously, because I was kind of inspired by how my passion planner calendar looks, and I kind of just wanted to do the same thing. On the bottom, I did a little section for dates, important dates, and then I always like to put a section in for notes, and in those notes is just like little reminders that I think of for having to do something in the month of November. For example, I have written since then, make my Thanksgiving Day list and stuff like that. The only artsy aspect of this is a little teacup down in the corner, which I rather enjoyed drawing, and then I decided to kind of try to do like a brownish plaid type of thing. which I think it came out pretty well. And we all know I love my drop shadows, so I just drop shadowed the heck out of everything just because it makes it look warm and lived in, and I love that. I just love that feeling. And my coffee cup obviously needs to have some yummy looking hot coffee in it. But yeah, I really like how this one came out, and I'm grateful for it. And on to the next page, I did something extremely unique with my mood tracker. And for those of you who follow me on my social media, you know that I'm obsessed with coffee. I just love the warmth of it. I love the way it tastes. I love the way it makes me feel. And it's just overall cozy aspect for me. And I just adore that so much. So I thought, what better way to do a mood tracker than 30 cups of coffee? I thought that was kind of funny. So I did 30 cups of coffee. Over on the other side, there were some more blank spaces, so I just added in some craft paper to fill it in, added some washi tape to make it look more lived in, and that was pretty much it. I would say that this month's bujo spreads are pretty simplistic, and I'm okay with that. We don't always have the time to draw all these elaborate things, and just I really didn't have a whole lot of time to sit there and doodle for hours. Instead, I took what I had in my heart and my mind and made it work for me and not the gram. I feel like a lot of the times for people who bullet journal, they tend to do their spreads for the gram. And don't get me wrong, I've seen so many beautiful spreads that I'm just like, wow, this is beautiful. And they're doing it for themselves. And that's definitely this month for me. I, for a minute, was like, there's nothing elaborate about this. There's nothing eye-catching. But I'm looking at it and I'm saying, but this is functional for me. And I love how everything came out. And it's simplistic. And sometimes it's just nice to see something simplistic and not something that's too out of the way or too over the top, because I remember when I first started bullet journaling and I was seeing all these spreads, it was very overwhelming and it almost scared me to not start. But then I saw some other videos where people were just drawing and doodling and doing things they wanted to do, and I liked that aspect. So I wanted to encompass that this month for those of you who might be struggling with themes and not knowing what to draw, or feeling like your pages aren't Instagram worthy or something like that. I want you to see that that's okay, that's realistic, and that's something so many people can relate to. As you can see here, I'm using the same exact spread for my YouTube because it's functional for me and it's fun to figure out, how am I going to write YouTube this month? What doodles am I going to put in my left-hand corner? Because I look forward to doing that. And let me tell you, these cutesy little doodles were just my favorite thing to draw out of everything that I designed this month. And it was exciting for me. I enjoyed sitting down and losing myself in doodling this. And once I took it out of my mind that nobody's gonna like this or nobody's gonna think this is cute, I felt so much better because I said it's fine because I'm doing this for me. And someone's gonna be able to relate to that. And truly, that's all I'm looking for. But anyway, I totally went off on a tangent, but I just felt like it's something that I had to say, and I love being able to use this platform to kind of just speak. It's very therapeutic for me, and I appreciate all of you who kind of just sit here and listen to me just ramble sometimes. But anyway, back to the spreads. I decided to do a Christmas gift list spread. It's just something simple. It's who, what present, what the price is, and what the final gift I ended up buying the person. And I kind of just did like this snowy effect around it, or at least I tried to make it look like that. But since I'm in Florida, we don't get snow. So I just thought it'd be really cute to add. I can see snow somehow, some way. And over on the right hand side, I just made my Thanksgiving Day list spread. Me being the person that I am, I like lists. I like writing things on paper because I have this idea that if you manifest it on paper and you believe it, like, you'll find yourself doing it. So instead of waiting for last minute to go Thanksgiving Day shopping, which I tend to do, I'm adding little by little because I look at this journal every single day, and I'm going to start getting things little by little as the month goes on. I didn't do anything fancy. I kind of just made like these 3 little bordered frames for me to add my list to. Not really sure what each section's gonna be for. I'm thinking one section is gonna be for like hot foods, the other section dessert ideas, and then like that bottom section is like utensils and stuff. And I didn't like the way Thanksgiving came out, so I went in, added some craft paper, and tried to fix it. And honestly, that's the reality of it. You might not like everything that comes out, but there's always going to be a way to fix things. And this is the final spreads. Anyway, that is all I have for this video, and I want to encourage you again to become a cozy friend if you haven't. Leave a big thumbs up and ring that notification bell. Comment what spread you enjoyed most seeing, and if you are interested in some extra content, be sure to follow me on my social medias listed down below. I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.